Hi everyone, today we're going to be discussing how to use our job and internship search board known as Handshake. Alright, so first let's discuss how to actually sign on to the Handshake platform. So every single Manhattan College student already has a Handshake account activated. All that you need to do is simply sign on using the Manhattan College single sign-on. So what that means is you're going to be using your Manhattan College email and the same password that you use to log into your email account. So to access the Handshake platform, there are a couple different routes that you can take on our website. So first, we think the easiest way is via the college website quick links page. So we have a little screenshot there on the left, and you can see what's circled in red all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. That is the Handshake platform via the college quick links page. So we think this is the easiest way just because it requires the least amount of work in accessing the college's website. However, we do have another route that you can access this via the Office of Career Pathways page on the college website. So if you're already there just looking for, your career counselor or, a sample resume of sorts, you can also access jobs and internship search board known as Handshake via that way. Once you log onto the Handshake platform, here is a screenshot of the home page you will be prompted with. So there's a lot of information here to take in, so to summarize, here are some of the key features of the platform. Starting from the left-hand side, the Jobs tab is where you can search for full-time and internship roles. Next, the Employers tab allows you to search for specific companies, follow those companies, and also provides direct links to their websites. So this is a really great place to go if you have an interview coming up or you need to write a cover letter and get a bit more specific information on the company itself. Next, the Community tab allows you to connect with fellow Manhattan College students as well as alumni and provides a direct messaging feature where you can ask questions and gain some career advice. The Career Paths tab shows you different industries and fields, as well as specific roles in those entities. It will also give you salary information to help you make informed choices about your career planning. Next, the Events tab shows you all of the information sessions and career events that we have taken place at the college, such as our career fairs, and you can also register for them here, as well as view the companies that will be attending. And finally, the Career Center tab highlights our staff members, contact information, as well as different career-related resources for you to access. So I know this is probably a lot of information, it may be a little bit overwhelming, but what I would suggest starting with is actually filling out your own personal profile. So to do this, I would suggest clicking in the top right-hand corner where the circle has the little icon of the letter in it. That will give you access to your own personal profile. Alright, so once you click on that icon, this is the screen that you will be prompted with. This is your own personal Handshake profile. So there are a couple ways to begin filling in the experiences, the education, all of that good stuff. So one, you can upload your own documents, such as a resume and a cover letter, to begin auto-populating the profile. Or you can do it manually as well. I would definitely recommend having a copy of your resume out in front of you or open in another tab on your computer, because essentially what you're going to be doing here is really just taking the information from your resume and filling out the Handshake profile accordingly. Another thing that you definitely want to add as well is a profile photo. I would suggest using a professional photo similar to one that you would use on a LinkedIn profile. If you do not have a professional photo, you can get one taken at our career fair. We always have a LinkedIn photo booth set up so that you can take a professional photo here as well. This Handshake profile is very similar to a LinkedIn profile. If LinkedIn is something that you are familiar with, the profile on Handshake looks almost identical to the one on LinkedIn. So using that as another template, I would also recommend using that to fill in the profile here accordingly. On the left-hand side, underneath the profile photo, you can also see a percentage bar that shows the level of completeness of your profile. So I would also pay attention to that so that you can see where the gaps exist and where you need to sort of fill in that information accordingly. You really want to make sure that you do this in its entirety before you begin using the platform, because if you are, applying to jobs, following companies, they will be gaining access to your profile, and that is something that you want to make sure is, manicured and checked over, right, before you begin doing all of this, application and whatnot. So now that your profile is complete, let's discuss searching for jobs and internships. So below is a screenshot of the job search page once you click into the tab, and there are a couple of features I want to call your attention to. So first, you can simply search for any job or internship using phrases or keywords in the search bar. You also have the option to add a specific location on the right-hand side, and I would definitely make sure to tailor your location based on your own personal search process. So next, the tabs below allow you to indicate the type of position you're looking for, whether that be full-time, part-time, or an internship, as well as indicating the distance from your preferred location you would be willing to travel. So our suggestion is to edit that distance down to ensure that you will only be seeing results near your preferred location. So finally, the Filter tab is also a really great resource to help further specify details about your search. So when you click into this tab, you can add search criteria such as the employer's industry, job function, employer preferences, so things such as your class year or GPA, and distinguish between paid roles or credit-only roles. So our recommendation is to utilize all of these tabs to help ensure that the results of your search will best fit your career goals and interests. So once you have indicated your preferences, you can begin searching through the results and applying to positions. So you will be prompted to apply in one of two ways. The first being directly through Handshake via a resume and/or cover letter upload, or the second being to apply externally, which means that you'll be redirected to the company's website where you will apply on their official page. So once you have applied to jobs and internships, the Handshake platform automatically keeps track of this information for you in the Applications tab. We strongly recommend checking back on this section every so often to take note of when the deadline is, when it has passed, and to view any status updates with regard to your candidacy. This is a really great resource to help you stay organized and on top of your applications and job search. Alright, so next it is also important to stay up to date with employers in your industry by following them on Handshake. If you already know of companies off the top of your head, you can look them up using the search bar and follow them there. Otherwise, you can help narrow down your preferred companies by using the filters on the left-hand side. First, you can enter a specific location based on your own search criteria to help narrow down employers in your preferred area. You can also check off specific categories of employers, such as employers with reviews, also the size of the company depending on your preferences, and the industry that they are housed in. Once you add some filters, begin clicking into some of the employers' pages that pop up and follow those that match your desired criteria. So when viewing an employer's page, they will show reviews written by previous interns and full-time employees, as well as provide a brief summary of the company itself. Additionally, they will always include a direct link to the company's official website, where we highly encourage you to visit to conduct further research. This is really an excellent resource to access when preparing for a job interview, writing a cover letter, or before attending our career fairs on campus. So make sure to utilize this platform in its entirety. So aside from searching for jobs and internships, you can also view an RSVP to all of our career development events on Handshake. This includes both in-person and virtual events hosted by external companies. This is really where you're going to find all of the events happening at the college and online in one compiled place. So it's really important to check back here frequently so that you don't miss out on any relevant events. On top of searching for events, you can also view an RSVP to our career fairs on Handshake. So here's a screenshot showing the Spring 2020 Career Fair details. You can view the date, time, and location in the top left-hand corner, a brief description of our fair in the center, and on the left, you can click in and view all of the employers that will be attending the fair, as well as see the types of roles they will be hiring for. Each employer will also have a direct link to their company's website available, which we encourage you to access in order to do some research prior to attending the fair and help you draft questions to ask these employers on the day of the fair. Finally, I would like to highlight additional career resources offered through the Handshake platform. To access the resource library, you will need to click into the Career Center tab on the home page and then click the Resources tab. Once in the resource library, you will see the screenshot below. First, to discuss Interview Stream, this is a mock interview service that allows you to prepare for upcoming interviews. You are able to record your answers to sample interview questions, re-watch your responses, and submit these videos to a staff member in the Center for Career Development for an official review. Next, Vault is a career resource that offers a job and internship search board, rankings of companies by industry and job function, as well as advice columns on things such as resume writing, networking, and interviewing, to name a few. This is really a great platform that helps students make informed decisions about their career planning, as well as being another outlet to search for potential job and internship opportunities. Additionally, there are also a number of blog posts written by staff members in the Center for Career Development on a number of career-related topics. We definitely recommend that you take a lot of time searching through the resource library because there are really a number of great resources to access. Alright, thank you all so much for tuning in, and if you have any further questions, please reach out at the email listed below.